just realized I forgot to ping the teams. Is this a new manager at Counterpick? Stupid. I'm casting your replays, mate. I forgot to ping them. I'm a fool. My hubris has overcome me. At Control V. There we go. I pinged the teams. They now know. We had one game that was not a dom. Alright, I've pinged the teams. I finally remembered I was meant to do it. That was way too late of me. Whoops. And I need to just quickly do this and this. So, we have assistant noob manager facing off against Counterpick. Stupid. So, both pretty good teams. And all no worries, Nullius. Hope you're doing well today, by the way. So, we are going to be getting into this shortly. We do see that, well... Why do the maps disappear sometimes? I'll never understand. Yeah, I'm doing alright. Just a little bit busy, but doing alright. So, should be a good series coming up. Once again, we are back in B West. This is the division I moderate. We can see that assistant new manager banned out Battlefield Eternity and Braxis holdout. Well, can't Counterpick stupid. No, this is Captain Right On. And we do see can't Counterpick stupid banned out Tales of Doom and Alterac Pass. And that leads us to map number 1 being Garden of Terror. Not something we've seen today, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. Good to know that you guys still need to schedule your thing. Better do it. I'm watching you now. Now that I know you haven't scheduled it, do it. I am going to get onto top of you otherwise. So we are going to be getting into Garden of Terror in a few moments. What I'm going to do is change it over to the in-game screen, and we'll see how this goes, shall we, for our last cast of this day.
Battle begins shortly, heroes.
By the way, I've also ordered food, so if I disappear briefly, then I'm going to have to briefly disappear, go, oh, food here, run, panic, hide. So for the other side, we do see Nullius is on the Sonya. Sorry, give me a moment. Unicycle Yay on the Muradin, Simeon on the Anduin, Pink Blackout is on the Li Ming, and Shrink rounding things out on the Hogger. On the other side, we do see, oh, things going everywhere. Color Dawn is on the
3, 2, 1.
Big Boy.
The battle begin.
Deathwing. Wits End is on the Tyrande, who does throw an hour mid, just to see if they can throw off percent. Medarthi, Sylvanas, so we're going for the top cheese. Osprey is on... Funny how they just move around each other. The Anubrak, and King Andrew is on the Autotech Man. That is the Junkrat. Yeah. You see, there's a pretty good rotation up from the side of this isn't new manager to make sure not to give away too much. Osprey does pop the spell armor, but takes a little bit too much damage. Nice kill there by the side of assistant new manager. Unfortunately for them, unfortunately for Can't Counterpick Stupid, that's a very quick kill onto a Newbrak, but that does happen sometimes. Newbrak is known for being a little bit squishier than the rest of the team. And that did, unfortunately for them, hurt quite a bit. Now we make our way back down, and we'll see what's happening as we see down here. Bruiser camp being started by Shrinks. They're looking to that was an awkward hit. Simeon looking to help at least, so both teams are going to be pushing in. Hard to find something I'm good at. Well, you're good at healing. Wait, no, you're not healer anyway. Koala. You're good at your role, Koala. From what I've seen, which I've also I'm just blanking, I've never had like any major grievances with how you play the game. You're not healer, I mean, but Apple's a healer. What are you? Hey. Now, this is where my memory fails me, because I know you've done well with the games I've watched you, but now I'm sitting here like, shoot, what role do you play again? Which, all honesty, is my biggest downfall, because I just assume everyone I talk to are healer players. Or at least healer players who have somehow converted to other roles. We can see top Muradin is trying to swap Medarthi and Wits End from getting the building. I'm just kidding. Oh, Pink Blackout. There you go. Well, tell your husband to save you more, Koala. Oh, Unicycle Yay actually getting relatively low in this situation. We do see Wits End getting stopped by Trap. Simeon hitting with W. And we do see that they do back out to safety. As the Seed of Vengeance will be sprouted soon, as we do see it will be the objective coming up. King Andrew starting that bottom camp did manage to pull things so where they're close enough to auto attack. Well, actually no, didn't quite pull them together close enough to auto attack them both. My husband also doesn't know what's going on, to be honest. Nice! I knew what you meant even without you saying the on bit of it, so don't worry about that.
The first seed is sprouted.
Yeah.
would you?
That's unfortunate. You just kind of have to step away from it a bit and then they kind of walk together. Or you play a very close concussion mine to one of them so to boot pit in. I do find it definitely much easier to do Junkrat on the pulling the camp on Towers of Doom as Junkrat's not too hard. It's actually quite a good one to learn it on. But also, welcome King Andrew. Hope you're doing well today, by the way. I'm gonna double check something in a few moments after this cast, by the way. So this will have to be my last one, even if this is a domination. You can see now we're getting very aggressive from the team. I'll have to double check.
My. Yet another seed.
Nice stun by Simeon. Witzien takes a lot of damage from it. But they're gonna be fine in the end. So give me a moment. I think yes. Sorry, there's other things I need to deal with. Sorry, I'm gonna have to briefly mute myself. Sorry about this.
That seed is ready for gathering. I suggest you do it now.
Sorry about that, everyone. So we do see the objective is yet to be feeling up. No, I did actually have to answer a message from my mother because I am going up to another city in a few days. So we need to I'm going up to another city in a few days just to visit a few things because I found out bad news about a family member that I need to go deal with in person. So that is going to be where I'm at for next week. So I will be a little bit hard to find for that week. Right, we can see damage coming out. We do see that Assistant New Manager getting very aggressive. Witzien did dodge the hammer. They're doing their best to get through things, but this is a lot coming out. Funnily enough, yes, there is a penguin colony not too far. Well, there's a few penguin colonies not too far from kind of the general area that I live, even if I myself am not too close from them. Right, Nullius is trying to get the channel. We do see the team being slowed down, and we do get in the end. Nicely done by Nullius, and we do see the team backing out. But yeah, where one of my family members live, where I go visit often because it's in a closer city to where my main core family live, there is a good old, I think it's a blue penguin colony. Oh, nice. Zoo or just kind of like a wildlife park? Or what type of is it? We see now camp is being cleared by the side of Assistant New Manager. They're picking that up. We can see on the other end of things, we also see Simeon starting siege, and we can see Deathwing and Witzien doing top camp. Good camp clear. We see Hogger's just finished things off as Unicycle Yay went to help Simeon deal with the top one. Oh, they're wild. Excellent. Where the hell do you live? Where the hell do you live? I feel like I've asked you before, but what the hell? Ah, okay, interesting. Oh, Pink Blackout was thrown into an awkward spot, California. Never mind, there's wild zebras in California, the more you know.
Gather the seed.
Right, seed is up. We do see Osprey taking a lot there as level 10's through, and Osprey goes down. Poor Newbrak did not stand much of a chance there, as we do see the objective is up and Sonya has started it. Look, I'm just going to go along with it, because America is a wild wasteland that I have known nothing about. So I'll accept to go, okay. So I'm just going to accept Koala's telling the truth, but if Wiener says it to me, I'm going to say he's lying to me. But we do now see that this building is going down. There's a lot of aggression coming out from Assistant New Manager. Can't Counterpick Stupid is in a very awkward, they're in a very tough spot that they're somehow having to try to deal with. Nullius is being stalled out. They are doing very well. Junkrat is such a hard one to get through, as well as the Deathwing also just dropping orbs on top of everything. Right, we do see that it is the Lunar Starfall coming out, Lunar Shower coming out. We see Witzien get stove onto by Nullius with Light Bomb. Nullius is running down Witzien, but they're taking a lot of damage in process. King Andrew finds a Riptide. Witzien going down. I think I see with Trolling come through as we see Unicycle Yay, Simeon, and Pink Blackout all hit by the Bellowing Roar. Unicycle Yay does jump over the wall, and everyone gets out safely. They can give this objective. They don't need it. They can just let the team have it in their favor. We can see Pink Blackout laser beaming, has Osprey walk directly into him, but gets out without any untoward damage towards him. Nice jump and stun by Unicycle. Yay, they are still stalling this out. Osprey and Madafi getting relatively low, but even lower is Pink Blackout, who does go down there. That is unfortunate. Osprey and Madafi once again trying to channel as they ask. Oh, actually, Osprey just backs out Madafi trying to channel as Hogger rolls straight through everyone. We do see a stun coming out from Wits End. Unicycle, yay, is the one now in taking a decent amount, but it looks like Wits End will be the one going down. And now Simeon does get dove onto by Osprey, but Osprey has given their life for that one and will go down. Muradin finding 2 kills. Skullcracker does a lot. Leap comes out, doesn't quite find anyone. That's unfortunate, but is the... Wait, are we... Okay, team, you need to help Simeon again. Yep. Is it going to happen again? Yep. And there's the seeds. There's the plant terrorist coming out. I love it. It just turns into plant terror waiting room. Is definitely just throws his toys at the enemy team and eventually lands. And now we can see Shrinks does get a nice... Ooh, good concussion mine. Oh my god, Pink Blackout nearly takes all the damage under the sun. So, we do now see they have backed out. They will be pushing mid, and the plant terrors are spread. So the plant terror bottom has a little bit to walk, but they won't really get too far. But we can see that it is Assistant New Manager looking to open up the map and see what they can do. Madafi is forced out the long way. As see Hogger and Klo clearing out top. Right, Plant Terror using its seed now, just make sure that goes down. Meanwhile, mid and bottom still relatively healthy. Bottom very healthy, does have Sonya with it. We do now see that it will be King Andrew forced outwards. It takes us to learn a bit to relearn how to stop deafling delays. Yeah, you really need, that is one of the things you really need to just communicate, because if you're not communicating, the deafling is stalling it out. It is very hard just to know that you need to stop it. But it looks like we will be getting back into it as I overshoot wildly. As we can see, there's a big old invade coming up top. I'm sorry, I'm still dealing with things in the background, so I'm trying my best to multitask, but I'm not known for being good at let alone one cast. I'm not known at being good for let alone one task, as opposed to doing multiple at once. It becomes a nightmare for me, as my family members would be able to tell you. Right, we can see the camp is slowly going down, slowly but surely. We do see top found, that top siege camp found, bottom bruiser camp about to be picked up, and the very top siege camp also found. But right, we are going to be getting into things once again, as we do see bottom siege being cleared. A lot of mid camps pushing, but we do see that it is the full team. We can't Counterpick stupid there. And we are getting close to 16 from Assistant New Manager, so they may want to take their time and see what's going to happen before they do anything else. Because if they get those 16s, you can get a very good push that can come through. Nice kill onto the Tyrande. Excellent stuff. There's another kill onto the Junkrat, and there we see another one onto a Newb. So just like that, we see the 3 dominoes fall, and now the Can't Counterpick Stupid has a lot they need to deal with. And now we're getting the push into the keep, so they'd rather get keep than the seed, which, understandable, that does a little bit more than the seed itself. Deathwing is landing. And just rounding up one last thing, again, sorry about this, as we do see they're trying their best to push into things. There's Pink Blackout using that disintegration on top of the structure itself, and that will eventually go over to Assistant New Manager, so they managed to destroy Can't Counterpick Stupid's last, well, middle keep, I should say. That's cool, I think I've done what I need to do now. Yes, indeed I have. We do see now seed is being gathered, and Can't Counterpick Stupid is going to have to react to this. Well, we don't have to react to this. Owl doesn't quite find the person channeling, which is unfortunate, but they are looking to get aggressive elsewhere. So they are looking constantly for value elsewhere, because they're not doing very well in their straight up fights. They need to find kind of a macro advantage, so to speak, especially until they find the 16s. So Varnus is taking interest... What? What? Why? Weird, but okay. We see Wits End is taking a lot and does go down. barely found at the tail end of things there. Unfortunately caught into the Venn diagram of Hogger damage and got blown up. They were not quite fortuitous enough to live through that. And they are now going to start backing out. We do have a dragon is in the air. We can even see he's not on the map, so that is the only place he must be. Leap, Light Bomb, barely finding Junkrat. Unicycle, yeah, he takes a lot of damage from King Andrew's trait value that he's getting off there, but he will ultimately survive. Pink Blackout gets let out of her cage pretty quickly, all in all. Cocoon unfortunately doesn't do well into things such as Hogger and any kind of fire AoEs that a lot of the tanks do have, and we can see Muradin with go Bronzebeard Rage. Right, and that is going to be the objective picked up pretty quickly this time, as Deathwing doesn't have a way to get back in the air. Oh, sorry, big stretch for me, because I've been sitting in the same seat in posture for a while, so I'm just like every now and again have to stretch check myself to make sure I'm not sore and getting delimbered. I need to relimber. I'm here to hold the hands line. Hell yeah, Connor. And we do see Nullius is pushed out off the objective by... I don't actually know what that was. We can see either way they did not end up in the same place they started. But we can see now that is a good fight that Counterpick Stupid were needing. And they find 3 quick kills. Simi and Pink Blackout going actually in... Oh, it's time for us to leave. As they do back out of the danger. Simi, however, does have Osprey dive on top of him. Does hit a nice double stun with their Light Bomb. Does get a nice double root as well, but will keep lightly jogging away from the enemy team. Pink Blackout showed where they were, but will blink to safety. And all while Simeon also made it out safely as well. Yeah, I realized it was Junkrat, but just a little bit too late. Apparently, I missed one very important thing there, that it was a Junkrat. For some reason, I thought it was Sonya who went flying out. It was Sonya who went flying out. Junkrat's on the other team. I'm blind as a bat, apparently. But we can now see the team is rotating top to deal with this. However, the assistant Newb manager can't kind of bit stupid, does still need a building behind them before it can actually do core damage. But I don't think core is the option. I think they're just looking to open up this area. Leeming trying to slow things down. Pink Blackout now will be clearing off the camp. Nullius joining them. And Can't Kind of Bit Stupid does have the seed up. However, they did wait till all the team of assistant Newb manager up. King Andrew Shaw is getting the channel now. They probably will get in time either way because there's nothing to stop them. And we do see that is Sylvanas going in, going out, barely getting over the wall in time. Fortunately, they did have the Will of the Forsaken up, so nothing was able to stop them from teleporting back out. Right, you guys are talking about places in California. I have no clue where any of that is, so I'm going to ignore what's happening there. We do see now that it is getting close to 20s, and it is assistant Newb manager in a good spot coming into this late game. They are just close to 20s. They do have a decent amount of pressure still building in the lanes, but Sonya now has to deal with top being pushed into, which is honestly fine. You can slow them down if you so choose, but the objectives coming up bottom is something, that you can not rush. So they are going to get it. Deathwing, I imagine, is going to fly as soon as this objective is called. So really, you need Shrinks to stay on top of Deathwing to make sure they can't. But it looks like Deathwing's going to be able to fly before too long. But Pink Blackout has already started channeling. Caledon goes to fly. And the meteor is immediately dropped on Pink Blackout. Pink Blackout's like, you bastard. I wanted to channel that, and you've stopped my joy. But no, interesting to see we're just getting kind of stupid clearing. Maybe it's miscommunication. But either way, that was the last time for a pre-20 fight on the objective. And these are now very pushed up with plant terrors. Yeah, delays are doing very well from Deathwing. And this bottom plant terror is already down. But now we can see it is going to be a 20v19 fight. Assistant Newb manager doesn't quite want to dive the core, so to speak. But they are looking at... Never mind, they're diving core. We can see that it is Junkrat taking all the damage of the world. Does blow up in a beautiful shower of the mines. But no, will not quite go down anywhere in particular. And I'm being pinged. Why am I being pinged? That's why I'm being pinged. Right, we just see the breath coming through Nullius. Nullius actually with a lot of damage. Pink Blackout barely holding on. Shrinks wanting it. No, but Madafi wanting it, I should say, but does not able to go in. just because the PL was there for the team. Now we see the last plant here on the core slowly petering out. That core is getting relatively low. Shrinks and Co going, actually maybe we should just hit it in the end. And that is the case as the first map of the series goes over to assistant Newb manager. GG both teams. So, I've got to push this one. Map number 1. Good siege by both Deathwing and Shrinks. Shrinks did pull ahead in terms of that siege, but Soak definitely over Deathwing, and they did have that stall capability. On the other hand, Pink Blackout barely getting beaten out by Junkrat in terms of the hero damage, but kills, they did just pick up a few more of them, and there was that good support coming in from both Hogger and Muradin. Which I just realized is double Bruiser comp, which usually I make a mental note of, but apparently this time I didn't. For some reason. But that double Bruiser did definitely make it harder for the team to kill. As we can see, Simeon did do 59k healing as opposed to Tyranda's 33k, which, while I do know Wit's End is a very good Tyrande, sometimes it's quite hard to get through things. Which we did see at least the percent damage on Sylvanas at level 1. That was a good pickup there, but that just wasn't quite enough. And in terms of talents, everything kind of seems relatively standard to me. We kind of have a normal Calamity build. We had a Hogger to go an interesting for. It's not often you see aggro range picked up anymore. You usually see the trait picture picked up there as well. But still do well. And nice to see we actually see Harriet Crater. Not often picked, but definitely fun to watch. Other than that, that'll be it for map number 1. So I guess we're going to see what map number 2 is, shall we, guys? Which is weird, because I'm going to click a button, then all the maps are going to appear at the bottom again, like nothing ever happened. And what do we have for the last, potentially the last map of the day? It's going to be Cursed Hollow. I do like Cursed Hollow. Again, one of the ones I enjoy. Why does everything come back now? I do not know why they disappear whenever I choose a map for no reason, but sometimes they do. But fortunately, it is back now. We are going to be loading on into the game. And will this be Assistant New Manager getting a domination, or can't Counterpick Stupid start something special in terms of can they get a reverse sweep? We'll have to see how this map goes, so let me open up that game. So on the right hand side, once again, we have Caledon, who will be on the Deathwing stalling things out. Wit's End is on Stuka this time. King Andrew, Cassia, Madafi on Sylvanas, already looking at the cheese bottom, and Osprey is on the Nubrak. Meanwhile, we have, yes, my bias once again comes back as we have Samuro, played by Shrinks. Unicycle Ye is on the Diablo. Pink Blackout on Vala this time, probably going Q build, but I haven't checked yet. Simeon is on Rhaegar, and Nor on the, oh my god, Abathur. So we have Abathur Samuro, which is a rough thing to deal with at the best of times. So this will be interesting to see how that goes. And we see Shrinks has found the whole enemy team and decides going, wait a minute, I don't want to deal with it. Yep, it is indeed Q build. We also note that it is Way of the Blade on the Samuro, which will get very painful as we get into the late game when that attacks, even when that attack speed comes through alone at level 4. But we do also see the Q build Cassia as the last thing to note in terms of stacking. And good quick rotation by Counterpick Stupid. We see Deathwing is going to be slowly trying to double rotate. I'm surprised Shrinks hasn't rotated already, but I guess you do have the Abathur to pick up Soap as needed. Cassie doesn't quite find anything with that Q. That's unfortunate. Flip, push, stun onto Osprey. Osprey does burrow out and does get taken out by one last auto attack from Val. As you can see it just chasing her up. Chasing a Nubrak up, which I don't know what a Nubrak is. I know it's a bug. But is it a male bug? Maybe it's a female bug, because it does keep pushing out bugs. Deathwing also, by the way, just pushing top. He's having the time of his life just sieging. Biting that mid gate. I'm surprised he didn't go to bite the towers. But we do see that it is the... Nor is trying to defend that as well as possible. Caledon does burn the wave and we'll be fine. You know, as you say, Samuro is still doing their shenanigans bottom. Just slowly clearing the wave. They're not really the fastest clearer in the world, but there will be a very fast auto attacker and damage dealer when we get into that later game. And considering what they're running into, really the only thing that can withstand even a little bit of Samuro is the Deathwing. Because, well, a Nubrak doesn't do great into auto attackers. And Shrinks is one of the auto attackers of all time. No, Samuro is one of the auto attackers of all time, I should say. Bruiser Camp picked up for the side assistant new managers. That's a decent push mid. We can also see the Siege Camp coming up on. And I do like the patience on this top Siege. Because now we can see it's going to be picked up and pushing counter to the Tribute. So they will be able to get off a lot there. Unicycle Ye has gone up onto Caledon. Not really someone who can threaten Caledon too much. But at least someone picking up the soak and helping D push them. Because we are needing a little bit of help for the Abertha currently, because we can see this is going down before they'll be able to get anything such as cooldown mule. And interesting to see, we didn't give you attack speed, we just got needle spine. Very surprised considering we do have a good amount of auto attackers on the field, because even though I know Vala's not going auto attack build, they are still a very strong auto attacker. And Samurai also good auto attacker, and even Diablo can go into auto attack build, but they have opted for W this time. Shrink's doing the best clear. We do see that Vala's on way down now. And Rhaegar trying to help Nor not die. So Simeon is just going to bite in. Does get forced out. Nor forced back. That heal may have just suggested where Nor is, but they're already losing. Showing that with the minions anyway. Oh, Pink Blackout doesn't quite win the game of chicken there. They do back out before they get hit. I don't think they're going to get objective either way, so it's probably the correct choice. Q unfortunately not finding its target there. All while Samurai Clone's hitting the backline. Imagine we're going to see a half and back. Yeah. Yeah, does he know it? Yeah, there we go. Let's just close that until level. Well, level seems literally right there. I'm going to open that back up again. Now, before I forget one more time. That's going to go. So, Sevens are through for the side of Counterpick. Supers had definitely soaking a little bit longer. Nice stun there onto King Andrew. Simeon, however, not able to get the channel, so I'm going to close that in a few moments. I'm going to close it now until we see the team fight is over. I'll click the wrong button. But we do now have Samurai still in the backline. Wits End not in a good spot. Samurai constantly pressuring them. And that is a minus physical armor on them. And they will go down. Shrinks absolutely tearing them apart. Nice shove to King Andrew. Osprey looking to stall. Does hit Pink Blackout. So Pink Blackout goes, you know what? I'm going to fight. They roll in another Q. Doesn't quite find them that time. But it's still already Osprey relatively low. The bounces alone doing a lot. And that is a good fight for the side of a new manager. However, all the while, Deafin was pushing top and got decent value top. So we see cooldown mule is finally picked, but that will not be in time to save the top gate. I think it's not Q build Vala Monster Hunter, so it's going a little bit more of a PvE style things at level 7 as opposed to the PvP. But can still do a lot, and now we see Shrinks is deciding Caledon has had a little bit too much farm. Has that minus physical armor, so will at least be there to pester them all the while. See, it's already at minus 15, and they're just not relenting. Caledon having to backpedal hard. And they did go over the wave clear talent of Burning Blade at level 7. Good bruiser pickup by the side of can't kind of excuse me. Osprey is just slowing things down mid. Unicycle, yeah, Simeon and Pink Blackout trying their best. Pink Blackout did roll in, however, Osprey didn't quite read the movement of Pink Blackout and wasn't able to get the stun onto them. Oh yeah, no, you're absolutely, if they decide they want you dead, but you can just die. And Newb dives on top of you, and Madafi can dive on top of you, King Andrew can dive on top of you. The only person who can't dive on top of you is Wits End, but they don't need to. They have a silence, and Nor just realizing they're about to have to move. And this is a heavy bush coming out mid. They need to find a way to deal with this. Realistically, you need to give the seed and have your tank come down. But no, it looks like we are just going to be losing mid. Vala tries to roll, reset, kill some things. And as much minions as it can kill, it's hard to kill anything else. There's a blind coming out from Cassia. Osprey starting to get auto attacked once again. We can see level 10s are coming through first from the side. Some new managers. We see Illusion Master, Samurai, Lightning Breath, Diablo, Rain of Vengeance, Vala. Abertha went the Ultimate Evolution, and we do see... Oh, try dodging it. Shrinks does have Q to get out. They do swap at the last second to their clone, and they do get out alive. Other thing to note here is that it is going to be Lightning Ball Cassia, the Flame Swipe Stukov, Cocoon, and Newbrak, which I've been cocooned by Newbrak by CCS on this map before, also definitely went down. There's a lot of people wanted him. So I imagine we're going to see the cooldown mule go top at some point soon, so it'll be like dropped here-ish.
I grow tired of your petty
Boss school, okay. I mean, you have some very good heroes to deal with it. You may as well. Samurai is on the bottom. You have a Q-build Vala who can absolutely shred bosses apart. So may as well burn that boss while you're there. But other things to note is Wailing Arrow on Sylvanas and definitely went Bellowing Roar. Alright, and this is being dropped slowly but surely. I'm going to have a look over here because I just realized something. And boss will be pushing top. I swear these bosses have a name and I can't remember what they're called. Like Grave Terrors or something. Right, King Andrew is coming back up to the objective. We see Unicycle Yay. However, focus on a different quarry as they run in to get Midafi. Midafi does get out, does run upwards and uses the Haunting Wave to get out. King Andrew directly under that Lightning Breath out. Unicycle Yay standing still for a little bit going, oh yeah, it does run out sometimes, doesn't it? And has to continue fighting. Shrink lets Pink Blackout out of her jail, I don't know. Out of her webbed jail, which I don't like the concept of that as a thing. You can see now that the team are going to be needing to defend. You can see Unicycle Yay has started. Oh, Simeon did dodge the Q. Unfortunately, for King Andrew, though, it's still too short of Unicycle Yay. But it doesn't matter, as we do see that Silence Puddle did sort out a little bit longer. Unicycle Yay, however, will be afforded the opportunity to be stored out by Deathwing once again. So we're going to get this game played. You're a little bit too close to each other, guys. But he'll eventually get it. Unfortunately, Deathwing is not able to stop Unicycle Yay in time. And it looks like another boss core is going to be found by the side of Assistant New Manager. No, maybe not. We're just going to do Camp instead, which is good because I feel like it looks like Counterpick Stupid is looking to check boss in a few moments. Indeed, they are. They had the same thought I did. And 5 of them not there. We can see now that the healing, Ancestral Healing is ready in 28 seconds, and we can see that the camp, the wave is going to be slowly cleared out by Abathur. They do have good means of doing so. Oh, actually, that was a Newb Beetle, but we can see Abathur's just popping the hat places, making sure to pick up soap as they can. I do like the trail of Beetles, just a Newb leaves as he just flies around everywhere. Yeah, look, Deathwing, we all know what he's going to do. He's going to stall, and then he's going to go fly back top, which Caledon has done every time so far. We do see Abathur has a little bit of defense ahead of him for this building. As we can see, they have gone the Q build of spatial efficiency. Interesting, we do see this full Q build being picked up as opposed to something such as the W build with the healing, with the auto attack. That's like typically the thing, especially when you have things such as Samurai, but it doesn't look like it matters as Caledon dies before they can even get out. Never mind what I said, doesn't matter. My opinion, wrong. But we can see Samurai was considering doing top. They're like, oh no, I should come down, eh? They can head back top afterwards. Top will go down anyway. Pink Blackout is going to be channeling the objective. They know they don't have the means to defend it. Boss is still pushing bottom. And now we got the curse. And Samurai's just going to run back top. Or at least he's clone back top and then run back himself. No, he's going to come down. Okay. Okay, we're going to get a heavy push bottom. I guess top falls anyway at any point. And Samurai is one of those heroes who can just run around the map, not too fussed about things. And we can see now a full defense is being set up behind the gates. As Counterpick Stupid is ready to defend this boss feverishly, which is going to have to be the case. And 16s are coming up for Assistant New Manager now. This is a much cleaner game, this one, than their first one. You can see that boss slowly dropping and will go down now. Didn't quite get that slam off, very fortunately, because otherwise that tower would have been gone. See one Samurai clone jumps the wall and Cassia, all while still stacking. They're now at 42 stacks, a little bit slower than the last game. They are, in the last series, we saw Cassia, but they are slowly getting up there. Other things to note is we are only at 14 stacks of the Vala's Q build, but they haven't really been fighting too much, so they hasn't had as much a chance to build as, like, Battlefield of Eternity would, where you do fight a lot of the time. We do have Molten Breath, Deathwing build is also nothing. Note 16s are through, and yep, we are getting Merciless Strikes, so the question is, yep, we do also see Envenom Spine. So, the slow that this talent gives makes sure that Merciless Strikes can proc even more. So that is going to be a Samurai who is basically critting every auto, or every other auto as opposed to every 3 we have currently. The team waiting for the lava puddle to disappear. Smart. And Stukov has found the enemy team. Yeah, just walk on and grab it. Sea Giants have been picked up. Deathwing does start burning it, but does get pelted by a few rocks in their process. And now we see that there's a little bit of indecisiveness coming out from the side of Assistant New Manager. They're not quite sure what they want to do with this next kind of phase. They're not sure what they can do. There is one siege camp up, sure, which I imagine we're going to see Vala running out by the looks of things. But in terms of what they can do on map, there's very limited things. Samurai can get things done up high. Yeah, sure, because it is Samurai, and have fun chasing Samurai. But the rest of them do need to make a decision on what they want to do. It looks like they're setting up for a boss gank attempt. Or even just a boss attempt in of itself. Deathwing checks boss, finds no one there. But is going to step up and make sure no one is actually just being cheeky about it. Oh! Osprey just came sliding in from underneath my screen, gets stunned to a wall. They don't have the escape up. There's a purge coming out onto them. They're going to be taking a lot of damage. Wailing Arrow goes between the split. And we can't, a 7-10 split for like bowling balls. But no, we see Pink Blackout getting relatively low in the backline. Caledon is also getting relatively low. Shrinks goes down, gets taken down by that Surge of Light. That trait picked up at level 7 by King Andrew. We see now the team backing out. They lost their Samurai at the end of it. That's a lot of their boss burn, so they decide, you know what, we don't need to do boss. We can just play safe and make sure they don't do it themselves. Witzien takes out that little boy, that little mind boy. But they will not commit any more resources to this. I just remembered I need to get my hockey gear out. That's gonna smell. Probably had time to do boss, but it's a bit hard to tell, especially considering you're missing your tank, and all that they're missing is their samurai. But both teams are watching around. It's kind of hard to get away with a boss, especially because boss does, in fact, so much damage. You do call to start it now, which may not be as good a choice, especially because, oh, I mean, you have all 5, but samurai's coming up in Objective is there, so you know everyone is more or less going to be around. Pink Blackout's an awkward spot, does get the stun, does get the blind, does get with a death, and that is Pink Blackout going down. They do now see that Rhaegar is in the cocoon, does run outwards. We do see Unicycle Ye also considering it. Simeon does get slowed, does get stunned. We do see Nor trying to keep him alive by popping the ultimate evolution. That is a good kill. That's a good double kill now. Very good Diablo is able to get out, but very good double kill by the side of... Nope, Nor is still dog form. One last bite onto Caledon, and Caledon's like, you gotta be kidding me, man. Yeah, it's a very unfortunate fight there for Assistant New Manager, but if you can't Counterpick Stupid, that is the oxygen in the lungs that you were requiring, because now this game is still alive and you're feeling far less concerned about your spot, because you have 2 objectives. You have boss pushing top, so you are looking to push your curse one, but we see now Shrinks and Unicycle Ye doing bottom boss by themselves, and I think that lack of attack speed is hurting. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but I do wonder if that was, if Samurai had that attack speed, this boss would already be done. King Andrew stepping up, checks push. Doesn't quite want to commit to things, and that is probably a smart choice, as King Andrew by themselves probably dies to both Samurai and Diablo, even with their blind. Oh, a Newb has been found by Shrinks. We can see Shrinks is halving. Yeah, boss. Oh. Yeah, half and deal boss, objective being called now, so that's really unfortunate timing for them. So they need to burn this boss and book at bottom. Nope, Unicycle Ye starting their camp. Nope, that's unfortunate to watch. That's unfortunate to watch. Nice dodge by Shrinks for the route. So they will get out. Now Simeon will be going to help Unicycle Ye. And bottom will be picked up. Will be able to be picked up shortly. Which we can see that Counterpick Stupid is already pretty close to. But they're not on it immediately, so they are going to be able to pick up that camp, which may be a mistake, as it has allowed Assistant New Manager to get their 20s and pick up this objective. It will make it hard for them to pick up this objective. Because we see the Hellgate Diablo, we see Illusion, I don't know, the Illusion Master upgrade. Free Blade Style on Samurai. We do also see the Vault Vala, Symbiotic, Hive Mind, Abba. I don't know Abathur's Talisman, I do not play Abba. But Abathur do went Hive Mind, and we can see that is the Ancestral Healing upgrade picked of Farseer's Blessing. 20s are almost online for Can't Cut a Bit Stupid. That is the thing to note. So they will be able to pick that one up shortly. I need to quickly take off my headphones and do something. So I can still talk at least, so even if I don't hear any audio feedback. So keep that in mind. I do sound very weird to myself at the moment. I sound much louder than when I had my headphones on to myself, because man, those headphones do a job at making sure I can't hear myself. We do see Unicycle Ye does get stunned on the tower. They do get the Ancestral Healing put on them. That Farseer's Blessing does so much. Wit's End was a little bit out of position. I would have thought Unicycle Ye to cancel it early to see if they can get on top. But there's the Hellgate. Osprey is now stuck inside the Hellgate, does get stunned. However, Shrinks, taking a lot of the brunt of the damage, does have to back out. You see, that is a good enough fight alone if you can't Counterpick Stupid. Not Can't Stupid, if you're Assistant New Manager, because you did find the damage, you did find the kill, And that is a healer down. That makes this next fight much more difficult for the side of Counterpick Stupid, even though they have now found their 20s. That was unfortunate timing for that fight for them. So we do see that it is Infinite Ball Lightning. I think it's still called Infinite Lightning on the Cassia. We do also see that it is Control Chaos Stukov. What else is there? Rewind, Anubarak. Not Vivala, Jesus. The Sylvanas went Bolt of the Storm, and we see that not Diablo Deathwing went the Arrival of a God. No, Destroyer form. No, Arrival of a God was right. Which they can see there now, just stalling out the objective. The question is, will they drop? Probably not. They are just going to be dropping meteors just to stall out the objective. You can see that it will be going on over to the side of Assistant New Manager, and Shrinks left the game. Was there a pause here? We'll find out.
What's this? A hero has left the battle.
Yeah, it looks like they did get back in the end. Which, unfortunately, they waited till after Samurai had halved to court to do that. But no worries, it is at least fine, and people did rejoin. You see Osprey is going to be clearing bottom. Free for free objective for both teams. So this could be potentially a final fight territory that's coming up in the next objective phase. But they are doing their own bruiser camp, see if they can get pressure out. So Assistant New Manager does have a few extra things to do on map, but this will likely be it. Because either team will get a curse here, and either team will be able to run straight to core. So we're basically a dead even game in that regard. Unicycle Yay finding Osprey does give a lightning ball drop on top of it. There's a lot of spell damage. They need to spread it. Good invis by Shrinks, meaning the ball jumping to them was nullified as they were able to dodge it. But Cassia did have 30 seconds left on it, but it won't be up in time for this actual tribute. Pink Blackout in position to actually get the tribute itself. I'd actually much prefer Pink Blackout hold high, but I think Shrinks is still a good choice to see if they can stall it out. We see the Ancestral Healing. We see Osprey going on top, does get pushed by Unicycle Yay, does get put. In the meantime, they did give a stun off scenario to a point where Pink Blackout does have a fight with a very split fight. Noah and Shrinks in the backline doing what they can. And that is Pink Blackout led out of her cage. Shrinks taking a lot, does get flying swapped out. Osprey very low. Nothing can find them there unless they get a lucky Q Vala bounce. We can see that it is the Sylvanas going down first. Clones juggling those wolves. And we can see that Shrinks is going to be fine in the backline once again, critting Caledon. And we can also note that the team is cursed. So we see charge coming out onto them, and that is the healer down. King Andrew and Caledon looks to be next on choking out. So it was Caledon, King Andrew is now down. There's a lot of pressure mid, so I imagine that's where we're going to see them go to end the game. There's 5 heroes down, level 20s. Yeah, yo, know what? Nor has burrowed in to do some siege. Dropping some mines, slapping the core. And that looks like it'll probably be the second game of the series going over to the side of Assistant New Manager, unless they somehow massively throw here, which I doubt, but it is possible. But nope, they do not. That is the second game and the series going over to the side of Assistant New Manager, and apparently I clicked on the Abba, but that was just really a day of nothing but 4 O's. 2 O's. Dominations. Right, so in terms of talents, I do have to note, interesting to see Abathur did not pick up the auto attack speed at level 4. Instead, they picked up Needle Spine, which increased damage and range of Symbiote Stab. It still did very well as a thing. It still did a decent amount for the damage. And we can see that it did reflect here as they had 42k of the most hero damage on their own team. Vala falling a little bit to the wave side as they were kind of put onto camp duty and told to sit in the corner. So, but I do like the general combination of Merciless Strike and Venom Spines, just because it is a lot of damage, especially with the armor reduction. That talents that stand out, not in particular interesting. We do see Low Blow with targeted excision, because typically you do see the Reactive Ballista Spore at 1 if you're going to do that, because the reset on it is very vital for your build, but it can help. Thank you, Koala. Thank you for that. So I will be jumping on over to the game summaries. Wait, look at stats first. Very similar siege between Abathur and Deathwing. However, Abathur had the most hero damage of the game by 40, barely beating out for Cassia. We can also see in terms of healing, Simeon did work. Witsin did try their best, but however, couldn't quite get through it. In terms of soak, we can see that Abathur had the most by 28k, and Deathwing had 16, but it's a little bit more shared amongst the team there. So I'll be jumping on over to the game map view screen and say that will actually be it for me today. I know I have done 5, I think I've done 5 casts today, But I need food, which will be arriving shortly. I need to then get ready for my sports ball stuff. So that'll be it for me, your host, The Lime Bus. I wish everyone has a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, because depending where you are in the world, because time zones, they are very weird. But I'll catch you all in the Nexus. Goodbye for now, and hopefully I'll catch you guys another time.